Hi everybody, and thanks very much for joining us on Eli Empowered. Hope you're thoroughly enjoying all the videos. We do healing and nurturing videos weekly from Wednesday to Wednesday, and we also have other channels as well that we link to that you might find really helpful. Eli Empowered, because it's about healing and nurturing, has links to veganism as well, and what you can do to be as clear and centered as possible for yourself, for all sentience and the entire world, which has the most amazing impact on absolutely everybody, especially yourself. But it's one of these things where it's like a win-win for everybody, so it's just so good. It's so good, obviously, as most of you listening will know. Anyway, well, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be talking about this particular card, which is the Ace of Water, and I'm drawn to this about spiritual growth and enhanced intuition. So what this video is going to be mainly about and focused on is how to grow our spirituality and how to enhance our intuition. Well, what we can do to enhance our intuition is to take more time to be in silence. That is why through the most silent of beings there is great wisdom. And don't get me wrong, there are those of us that do talk a lot like on these videos that have gleaned all that wisdom and are now sharing a lot of it as well through discussion. But to really get to the heart of the wisdom and your intuition, you do need to have a huge amount of silence. So if you think about the likes of like a little bird, you know, they just know what to do when. If you think about like a seagull, they just know like when it's going to be stormy or when it's going to be like a time to go out and find munchables, etc. They don't follow any times. They follow their own kind of like vibrational heart, which is in sync with the vibration of the universe. They can pick up on everything round about them like us, you know, and the other vibrations of the actual planet. They are so attuned to that vibration as well, and we can actually be like that too, as a lot of you will know listening to this. And so to enhance, just as a reminder for some of you, this is going to be just simply like an activation. It's just a reminder activation. And it might be that you've been really busy, but you're normally a very spiritual person. This is going to be an activation to help get you back into tune and into alignment with your heart and soul. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath in and hold and let go. And know this, every time you breathe in and hold, you're taking in all the vital energy and allowing your cells to grow and replenish. And breathe out. Breathe in and hold. And breathe out. One thing that we need to do and that helps us get to that place is concentrating on our breathing, and that's why we're doing this. So breathe in, hold, and breathe out. As you can understand, that being in alignment has an impact on your breathing, and your breathing has an impact on your alignment, vice versa. And with this, it also has an impact on your physical body. So the spiritual growth and your time out enhancing your intuition cannot be underestimated in terms of importance for both your spiritual health and your mental, emotional and physical health. Okay, breathe in, and knowing that by listening to this video, and breathe out and concentrating on your breathing. Breathe in and hold and breathe out. that this very action itself is helping you in so many ways for your entire holistic health. Breathe in and breathe out. So this is one method that you can use, focusing on your breathing, doing meditations like this, finding nice videos that have meditations like this, or constructing your own meditation from your own heart flow. I find that doing that in front of the mirror really is very powerful indeed, because you can actually physically see the effects on your physical body when you're breathing and concentrating on your breathing, and how your cells replenish like in a matter of seconds, and you can notice the difference right there and then. So that's another tip I'd like you to try if you get the time to go. In fact, take the time when you take the time to go and do that. In fact, you can even do that right now. Okay, so just even as you're watching this, although I'm not telling you to concentrate on your breathing, if you concentrate on your breathing while you're listening to this, breathing in slowly, holding like you were, and then releasing the air. Powerful, positive, keeping your mind positive in terms of intentions, and you will notice the difference. Okay, so other ways of growing your spirituality and enhancing your intuition, aside from the quiet time, because it's a quiet time that you'll be in sync, your body will be thriving. As a result, your brain is thriving. Your brain is receptive when it's thriving, and therefore you're going to be receptive far more to picking up spiritual and soulful, and just basically, if you want to look at it simply, knowledge, without having to try and test it, because your brain will be functioning so well. How else can you help your brain function so well in order to just know and increase your spirituality and your intuition? The most important of all is how we consume, both on thought level as well as what we eat. So when we're consuming, we want to be consuming clear, clean products, clear, clean food that's raw as possible. And the product word is actually quite important. If we can cut out as many products as possible, and I'm not saying that you have to, but what I'm saying is to increase spiritual growth, that is, try and eat as many raw foods as possible. The cleaner, the clearer, the simpler, the better. The cleaner, the clearer, the simpler in terms of the water as well, the better. And some people do argue, it depends where you are, where you live, as to whether you use a water filter or not, or whether you, as I say, set intentions with the water that you're about to drink. That's completely an individual basis. But you can get water filters as well to make sure that your water is as clean and clear as possible, and that will help with your spirituality, because it's the chemicals in the food and in anything else that you consume that can either help or cause hindrance to spiritual understanding, awareness and growth. If you're having lots of chemicals and you're having things that are non-vegan, you're going to find it really difficult to really cue into your heart and soul alignment, and it kind of creates that cycle there. But to create a positive and good cycle for yourself and others, if you eat vegan foods that are raw, plant-based, all plant-based, and raw and clean and clear as possible, that will help, because the chemicals in other non-vegan foods have a way of causing really kind of messy, chaotic chemical interactions with your body, because your body doesn't understand them, right? And it can be fighting against things and eating things up that your body just kind of used to kind of materialize into something good, and then if you add something not so good to it, you're practically undoing all the good. So not only that, but the chemicals affect the brain in such a way that it becomes overcrowded, over busy, doesn't know how to pick up on the important signals spiritually, and like most of the other animals can do. So basically what you want to be doing is, as I said, drinking clear, clean water and foods. And in that way your body will be able to be receptive. It'll just be so much more efficient and able to pick up on things. And that can work wonders for your, so many other aspects, not just your spiritual side, but your financial, your abundance, your needs, making sure your needs are met, kind of flowing on a life's path. If you're introducing chemicals that kind of have you buzzing around all over the place, you could be increasing your work without really needing to, and not actually really feeling the benefits of all the abundance that you already have. That has a lot to do with chemicals. So to be able to appreciate and to bring in more abundance, you actually have to be on a kind of heart vibe with the earthly plane and appreciating it as it is. And that really is all to do with, as I say, clean consumption on every level, especially, food side. So that will help. And then of course, when you're feeling abundant, you're feeling more relaxed, you're more relaxed to do meditation and enhance your intuition. And then that therefore increases your spiritual growth. And so you can see how the cycle continues on, a really good cycle there. A really positive one, and it just keeps going and going and growing and growing. Okay? And with that, that's where your basis is. The more that you kind of get into that strong place, we can then start to look at how you'll really be feeling in love with yourself. You're loving yourself through all these good actions, okay? And sometimes it might take for you to be on the outside of it, in terms of, okay, I should be doing this, so I'm going to do it, until you get to the place where, yes, I actually did deserve that. Yeah, I am doing right. And then you continue to have more and more, and bring in more and more goodness to your life and that of others. So then therefore, that gets you to a place where you're ready to meet the ultimate type of relationship. And I'm not just talking about karmic relationships where you meet people because you're on kind of different kind of chemicals. And by that, I just mean typically like non-veganism or not kind of clear consumption. When you're having clear consumption, clean consumption, you're loving yourself, you are therefore ready to meet. And, you only want to accept those that feel the same way about you and about your health, your vitality, who you are as a spiritual being. And therefore, you're likely to meet someone as well in terms of a relationship, which I would go as far as to say a union in this case, okay? And when you make that union, you've already made that within yourself, you are likely to meet your ultimate partnership in terms of a divine union with someone else. And so this is because you both feel happy about each other being happy, you both feel happy about each other's health and wellness, and everything flows. And because you're holding to your values, the importance of your place in this life, you're both going to recognise each other as doing the same, and going to be very, very important candidates in each other's life, taking each other's life mission forward as a unity. And so there you can see how all of this links to every aspect of life going the way that it should. And this is the importance of spiritual growth. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. I hope that you're drinking lots of clean, clear water. You are eating lots of healthy fruit and vegetables like oranges, pineapples, grapes, seeds and nuts, and lentils and beans and cabbages and lettuce and spinach and avocados. That's my favourite. Avocado and tomatoes and onions and celery and all these other lovely, lovely foods. And remember that when you're getting these, the more organic, the better. chemical wise, okay, to help with your spiritual growth. Make sure that you're eating organic foods or foods that are grown in your own space, you know, whether you live in a house or if you live, you know, you have huge kind of fields to grow things on, or if you just have a small patch, or you are living in a flat. Either way, wherever you are, and even when you're outdoors in nature, there's always an abundance, because, you know, all of our insect friends produce and help to pollinate, help to spread seed, you know, seed dispersal as well into the wide greenery surrounding us on Earth, to make sure that the Earth is plentiful and is always abundant for all of us, for them, for us, and for everyone. So there are tons of berries and different things to be foraged outdoors too. And some people are completely fruitarian, and that would suit them down to a T. So you know, there's plenty of abundance and plenty of ways to kind of help keep clean and clear, no matter where you live or what your kind of circumstances are. And every single person deserves to be healthy, to be spiritually and physically abundant in all ways, shapes and forms. And spiritual growth is certainly an importance for all of us in the world. Thank you very much for listening, and I was saying about Vegan Vision. I'm going to pop a link to that below so that you can have a look there, and also our page Vegan Worldwide, which is on Facebook, with the red and white, the red love heart and white background at the moment, and the green love heart for the cover and black background for the cover there at the moment. So that's Vegan Worldwide, so I'll pop a link to that as well. And what else will I pop a link to? thelawoflove.uk, I'll do that. And, oh yes, very, very important, we're doing a spiritual and vegan empowerment 3-day vacation holiday. And that is all the details are online. It's in Scotland on an island called Arran. It's so beautiful. So we're going to be doing that there. There's roughly going to be around about 4 places indoor, 4-place tent for this in terms of accommodation, which is just about to be updated. And I haven't got around to updating it yet due to technology at the moment. But if you go on just now, you'll actually be able to book up your place at £200, I think, is it £200 at the moment. And if you book that at the moment, if you're clever enough to hear this and catch it, you can actually get your place for an indoor spot, or even tented, which even, I think even the tented ones are going to be more expensive than that, because this is covering like the entire holiday, and obviously accommodation and food for breakfast and lunch. Dinners are free to go and do as you please, but it's a completely vegan, you know, completely entirely vegan holiday, very empowering, and it's really going to be following on this kind of type of ethos that we're talking about here, and all these different kind of ideas. We're going to be having meditation, a moon meditation, because it's a special full moon at that time, and we're also going to be having lots of kind of like physical activities as well, which you can choose to join in with or do more kind of chilled out things as you feel as well. We are going to be going to have a barbecue on the beach, which is going to be completely vegan as well. So excited. We're also going to be out on a rib boat too, so we can get to enjoy being out on the waters and being refreshed by that, as well as possibly get to see some wildlife around the area too. And the captain of the boat has a lot of information for the environment, in terms of the environment and what's going on round about the land, what you can learn there from all the different types of wildlife that are already there at the moment. So it's really exciting. There's lots of different kind of wildlife in terms of birds and seals and all sorts, so it's going to be really, really fun that way. And it's going to be fun just to be outdoors in nature and have that meditative time as well, concentrating on our own empowerment. So lots of good activities, lots of a nice balance of activities too, between kind of the quieter ones and also kind of being very active outdoors as well. The weather should be nice that time of year. It should be beautiful on the island of Arran, it always is. And you basically, all you need to do is you can actually get your tickets on www.thelawoflove.uk for your accommodation right now, as I say, at that special price, before I kind of managed to go online and change everything around, as I say, because details have changed. We've actually now got accommodation, so the price that you see isn't for accommodation. That was just the basic price. So if you manage to get on, I will give some people pretty much accommodation and not be kind of, you basically be getting such a great deal. But you must make sure, the only thing that we don't do is, and this is the situation, that we don't do the travelling part of it. So you've got to kind of make sure that you've got your way to Arran, and that could involve getting, depends where you live obviously, but if you're not on the island of Arran, it could involve getting to Ardrossan in Scotland and getting a ferry, which is really fun, over to the island of Arran. And that depends, you could be coming from the other end. So it just depends. If you're flying in from abroad, you would fly into Glasgow Prestwick Airport or Glasgow Airport, and then you would get a train to Ardrossan station, and then you would get the ferry from Ardrossan over to the island of Arran, and we would meet you there, take you to your accommodation, and we would meet up with everybody, and we would be having our lunch and getting started with all the different kind of vegan ideas. We'll be sharing with you Delicious Vegan Delights as well, which is the book that's out just now via Amazon. I'll pop a link to that as well down below, you can have a look. So we'll be sharing some new Delicious Vegan Delights that we have yet to update on the book, and you'll get to enjoy those too. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, so check it out. If you manage to catch this, you'll be very clever indeed. And as I say, I will change that very soon, so that I can let everybody know. But you're obviously hearing it first here on the video about it. Well, that's it, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful time wherever you are in the world today, and whenever you get to hear this video. I hope it's thoroughly helped you, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.